this is Julia Hare with Rethink Retail. We are at the Lead 2023. I'm here with Robin. Could you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Great. Thanks so much for having me. Really, really appreciate it. So my name is Robin Wilson. I am what SAP calls an industry advisor. So I come from the industry. Victoria's Secret out of college, ran stores for them. I was a buyer for Macy's. I worked for VF Corporation when they owned Lee Jeans and represented them. And then I spent about 15 years in technology, always working with retailers and fashion brands. But in 2015, I followed my dream and I opened my own women's clothing brand. So I had a few stores and an online business and designed a line of clothing here out of New York City. And I did that for about 4 years. And it was self-funded. I mentioned that. So it didn't quite work out, but that's all right. Great. It was like getting a PhD and everything I had already known, right? And so I've been with SAP since 2019, and I have the best job in the world. I talk to all the best and brightest that are already have been here for a long time, as well as those are up and coming. And we talk about what's going on in the industry, what are their goals, what are they trying to accomplish, and then how technology can help them do that.
What are some of the trends that you're seeing? We talked a lot about personalization for many years, but what's going on now?
Yeah.
It's the big thing.
Yeah, personalization hasn't gone away, right? I think it continues to evolve and adjust. The other AI can't say anything unless we say AI right now, right?
They retail about
It's
AI.
everything. What's really funny about AI, and I'm sure we'll get into this, is, we shouldn't do technology for the sake of technology, right? We should really focus on a business case. We should really focus on an outcome. That's really SAP's point of view when it comes to AI. We'll talk a little bit about that. So still seeing that. I think we're really seeing stores coming right back into the limelight. We all want to get out. We want to have a great experience, right? So we want to go into the stores. We want to have a great time while we're shopping and spending our money. So I'm really, I'm hearing a lot about stores. I don't know if you heard, but Nike's starting talking about going back more heavily into the wholesale side of their business.
Okay.
They're not going to get rid of their direct to consumer, obviously, but so yeah, those are about the three that I'm hearing most about.
There is a trend, especially among millennials, where they're doing alternative to diamonds.
Yes.
Swartz's crystals, lab-grown diamonds. They're growing in popularity. How do businesses find these trends and then quickly adapt?
Yeah, I wish I was able to figure that out when I had my business. I think that, things have really evolved, right? I think with social media and really listening, what's going on out in the world is really where they're finding trends. There's another great brand called Dorsey, which is an up and comer who are doing a great job with lab grown diamonds as well. But I think that it's this whole notion of traditional luxury brands are expensive. But everybody wants part of it, right? So how do we find something that really fits to everyone's desires? And, let's face it, fashion is a little bit about fantasy, right? We all want to be aspirational, makes us feel good when we're dressed the right way or wearing the right, jewelry or having the right handbags. So, that's also why the Real does so well, ThreadUp, some of those others. That's really what's happening with, the attainability of fashion and brands at all different levels.
Yeah. Are there other things like the circular economy that you're keeping an eye on? I know we talked a little bit about personalization.
Yeah.
The luxury market you touched on a little bit is growing.
So, returns is something really big that people are thinking about and talking about. We have a returns management solution as well, but that's really keeping the customer in the loop, right? Make it really easy, maybe even identifying if something's going to come back. And being able to
predict the return pretty well?
Yeah. Our solution does help with predicting that. And the whole idea is, and we know this, right? When the shift went to online, during COVID, returns went really high. And you have to factor that into your budget. You have to factor that into your business. There's a certain percentage of return. And if you can bring that return percentage down, that's a win-win. One of the things that we find are really resonating with our customers is the whole notion of putting the customer at the center of everything that you do. We really focus on 6 pillars of success. It's a single view of the business, unified commerce, digital supply chain, personalization and trust, and talent. And I think one of the things that happens in retail is we forget about the talent, but especially with stores that are the fact that stores are really the forefront of what's going on. That's where we're seeing a lot of our customers and able to interact with them. Being sure that we can get the talent in the door and get them to stay and grow with a brand is really important.